What is this wood and cast iron antique I bought second-hand on Marketplace? Apparently it's from a French brocante, but that's all the seller knows. It's about 19 by 5.5 inches. It has 2 cast iron pieces, with the larger one fixed by 3 round head screws, and the smaller one freely slides on an iron rod. The back has milling marks, and looks like it would have been mounted somewhere due to the 2 holes. I can't find any maker's mark or identifying features, and I searched online, but nothing has come up. Any ideas what this is? It's an antique wall-mounted, umbrella-style drying rack, missing its wood slats, from the late 19th to the early 20th century. The rack is a collapsible design, with multiple wooden arms that can be fanned out for drying and folded flat against the wall when not in use. What is this, some sort of gauge found in my late father-in-law's basement? He had a general curiosity for gadgets and science. It's made of heavy metal, with little plastic spoon-like things like a mini weather station, and it came with this sheet dated in 1968. The box is obviously made specifically to hold the gadget, and it looks like it also has a screw on the bottom, so it could be attached to something. Does anyone have any clue what it might be? It's an anemometer, used for measuring wind speed, made in Germany by Rudolf Fuess, from 1891 to the mid-20th century. The cups rotate in the wind and measure wind speed by their speed of rotation. The screw on the bottom is for attaching to a tripod or a small handheld stick. If you leave it outside for 24 hours, then the integral of speed over the 24 hours would show as an increase in distance recorded, so you could divide by 24 and get the average wind speed in kilometers per hour. It would be useful if you wanted to figure out where to build a windmill. What is this really cool knife I inherited from my grandfather? Can anyone tell me anything about this knife? It's a World War II Fairbairn-Sykes commando fighting knife, a legendary double-edged dagger designed by William E. Fairbairn and Eric A. Sykes in 1940. This knife was made famous during World War II when issued to British commandos, the airborne forces, the Special Air Service, and many other units, especially for the Normandy landings in June 1944. Depending on age, manufacturer, and possible provenance, some of them are worth a fortune to collectors. What is this thing I found buried in our yard? We found this while mowing grass in Virginia in the USA. It's very heavy, I have a jalapeno for scale, and it's all I had on hand. If this is from World War II, I'm not sure how it got in the yard. What is it? It's a CSA Archer shell from the American Civil War, a type of Confederate rifled artillery projectile. It was designed by Dr. Robert Archer of the Tredegar Iron Works in Richmond, Virginia. It typically featured a hollow cast iron body and was used primarily with 3-inch ordnance rifles. The Archer design proved largely ineffective. The lead band often failed to properly engage the barrel's rifling, causing the shell to tumble or lose accuracy in flight. Because of its poor performance in the field, it was mostly phased out and is rarely recovered from battlefields dating after 1862. They used predominantly wooden fuses, so this one is probably inert by now. I recommend contacting your local Civil War Historical Society. They will be more familiar with these kinds of projectiles than the local authorities, and will be able to tell you both what it is and if it's safe. What is this slanted desk-type item found in Colorado, USA? I have never seen one before, and it has no identifiable label. How do I figure out when it was made and how much it's worth? Any information would be greatly appreciated. It's 2 separate pieces originally. The top portion is called a Victorian portable writing slope. Here's another one listed for £875. It's a portable hinged wooden desk that folds out to create an angled writing surface. Someone put it onto a stand at some point in its existence. It was popularized during the 19th century. It features compartments for storing stationery, pens, and inkwells, and they were heavily used by the middle class and military officers. Many higher-end Victorian slopes hide small secret drawers accessible only by removing partition walls to keep postage stamps or valuables secure. What are these metal numbers found in the Netherlands? Does anybody have any idea on what these might be for? Approximately 1.5 centimeters tall, and they all have a clip on the backside. I'm guessing maybe they could be from a clock, going by the logic of there being 12. Thank you for any help in identifying. These are early 20th century drink markers. You haven't shown a photo of the back of the markers, but this example on eBay has, for comparison. They have little hooks around the back so that they can clip into the edges of your drinks glasses, and you know whose drink is whose. Most of these are made of German alpaca silver, which confusingly isn't silver at all. German silver, also known as alpaca silver or nickel silver, is a durable metal alloy, typically composed of 60% copper, 20% nickel, and 20% zinc. Despite its name, it contains absolutely no silver. What are these large wax decoration pieces I purchased off a friend in Oldham, UK? About 40 centimeters tall, single-sided. One is quite large, and they are made from wax. Any advice on what they are would be great. It's an antique wax cookie mold, likely Dutch or German. These molds were used to press intricate designs into dough for holiday cookies. I have one also in wax dated 1786 that I use every year for Springy cookies. Wax was an easier medium to access that was food-friendly, as well as being easier to carve than wood. What is this tall and springy metal object I found at the thrift store in St. Louis? Approximately 16 inches tall, with silicone on top and bottom, and too flimsy and bouncy to be an object that holds items inside. It is very springy and fun to play with, but with no apparent use. It stayed bouncing for a minute or so after I would push it. Google identified it variously as a cup holder, a fruit holder, and a spring that goes inside of a plate or cup dispenser in a restaurant. We didn't think any of those were it. Any ideas are appreciated. Please tell us down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.